Alright, so after yesterday's events, I have received a text message from my store manager today that I was officially terminated. That was HR's decision and that was loss prevention's decision. But I already knew that's where that was headed due to the fact that I was making progress and improving my life. So I was in the process of fixing my credit. They added multiple accounts to the credit to bring the score back down. I had finally reached over 600, and immediately they decided to halt all progress, um, and just started adding two cell phone accounts. Both were actually, one was destroyed, but it wasn't paid off. Um, and then the other phone was actually stolen via a gangstalker, which was sent by the police. And when I tried to retrieve the cell phone, I actually had to call the police, and this was before I knew that the police was following me, tracking me, causing all of this drama in 2022, in 2023 as well. Uh, I couldn't get the phone back, and I went to report it to. It wasn't T-Mobile, Verizon Wireless. I went to report it to Verizon Wireless. The phone itself was like $700, and I think I was on a payment, but they bumped up the fees and everything to 1,000 and then for both phones actually they bumped it up to 1,000. And as soon as they did that, I was like, okay, they did something illegal. Uh, they changed the date to the 2025, and both of those phones were in. One of them was in disconnected in 2022. The other one was in 2023. And I never wanted to have phones like that. I want to have phones where you pay them off and they're just your phones and you're just making your monthly payment plan. But I was in situations where I really needed a phone because something just kept happening to my phones. They kept getting hacked. They kept breaking, and I didn't know what was going on at the time until now. The government was hacking into my phones. They were tracking me, making phones do weird things, and I just didn't know what was going on. So, with that being said, they destroyed my credit again, and I have to listen to the Western Technology brag about how they're destroying my life. And I had plans this week to, obtain my hours, pay for my school for the 15th, and go back to school and get my master's. What I didn't know was that in the United States of America, only 8 to 9.6% of black men have their masters. Again, in the United States of America, that that's a big affront to the people in power. Me as a male, black male, targeted individual, not only surviving their system, but slowly making progress through their system, and fixing everything that they broke slowly over time. That's a problem to them. So within one fell swoop, I was making all the right moves that a person would do to fix their life, and they made sure that there was a situation where they would take it all away. So all it did was halt progress. I'm not giving up on getting my degree. I've been trying to fix my credit for years, and every time I get close, situations like this happen. So I'm documenting it now that the accounts that I was making payments for, I have to cancel them. So like Credit Builder via Credit Karma, I had signed up with Kovo, WAI, and a few other grow credit just to grow my credit because next year I wanted to work my ass off to get a house so I didn't have to be under my parents' roof. The whole purpose of them doing all of this is to trap me in this house, to make it so bad to where all of my hard work and all of my work ethic is null and void. to where I see absolutely no way out because they're blocking every entry and exit to the point where they push me to suicide. And I wouldn't be the first one. I think Amy Eskridge, the scientist that everyone is now talking about, the one who unalived herself due to possibly voice-to-skull technology and direct energy weapon torture, she was going through the same thing. They pushed her and forced her to commit suicide. And that is their ultimate goal. Because then, they get to delete all of your history, you were never here, and then collect the checks. So, with that being said, I did everything I can do to progress this year as much as possible every year. 2023, 2024, 2025, now 2026, going into 2027. Every single day I am working to progress myself. And every single day there's regression because I'm being targeted by the FBI, the CIA, government organizations, and secret societies for explaining how their system works, documenting every day, documenting area stalking, police harassment, gang stalking, documenting every single detail because you have to. If you shut up and deal with it, they're still going to do it. If you talk about it, they're just going to ruin you more. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I'd rather sit here. If I go out, I'm going to go out telling the truth and explaining my side of the story until I can't explain my truth anymore. I am also putting together an extensively detailed evidence report against the United States of America, specifically against Orange County Sheriff, because they are the most seen, the most visible in all of the videos, especially with the cruisers and the helicopters following me and stalking me. Especially with this incident where I left the conversation with loss prevention, and that's before I could even get across the street to Walgreens. There's the sheriff presence with the sirens celebrating. So it's like workplace mob and police presence, those are just patterns, and it's been patterns at multiple jobs, and it's still ongoing. So all of that is officially documented. This was the first job in a very long time that I didn't quit for something better or to go back to school. They actually got me terminated over something as small as $4.82. But nothing is small. I'm not trying to say that, stealing is right. I'm trying to say that I was busy being one of the only people unloading a 2,200 piece truck on 3 separate days, and I got hot and I got thirsty and I just forgot to pay for a drink. But they don't take hard work. They don't take you being on time every single day. They don't take you not calling out. They don't take any of that into consideration when it comes to you being a targeted individual, when they want to stop all of your progress, when they want to make sure that you as a black man don't outshine their system and get your story told to the masses. They don't take any of your hard work ethic or your good deeds into consideration. All they want to focus on is the money and destroying this one specific life, because this one specific life has the potential to destroy their system and get repayment for it. Okay, for everything that they're doing. With that being said, thank you for watching. There will be another day. There will be another time. There will be another paycheck. I'm going to make sure that there will be a master's degree. And I will get my dreams and obtain my goals the way that I want to obtain them, while at the same time continuing to expose the system.